January 6th is an important date. No, not January 6th, 2021, but January 6th, 2022. This is the date Sidney Poitier passed away. The whole world, including my mom, was saddened. My reaction: who the heck is Sidney Poitier? Well, it didn't take long before I learned that he was the first Black American to win the Oscar for Best Actor in 1964, at the height of racial tension in America. He dared to kiss a white girl on the big screen, but instead of being beaten and thrown into jail, people loved him. How in the world did he do it? Understanding how he transcended the racial divide may provide the recipe to solve an important societal issue we face today. So today, we will first roll back the film to study Poitier's early background. Then we will edit and piece together important events in his life that made him who he was. And finally, project the valuable lesson we discover so that we can all benefit from it. See, Poitier was born in a tiny island in the Bahamas known as the Cat Island. He weighed less than 3 pounds, not expected to survive. His dad even bought a casket. But his mother wasn't really going to give up. She did what any good mother would do. She went to see, no, not a doctor, but someone more important, a fortune teller. He told her, don't worry, not only will he survive, but he will walk among kings. Poitier did indeed survive, but his life wasn't easy. They were poor. He couldn't go to school to help his family on their farm. When he was 10, his family's farming came to an end. Long story short, he eventually ended up in Harlem, New York, where he found a job as a dishwasher. One day he saw an ad about an audition for an acting part, so he thought, why not? The problem was, he couldn't even read the script. As he was physically forced out the door, the man shouted at him, go find something you're capable of doing, like dishwashing. He was offended, but more importantly, this got him thinking. Why did this person characterize his potential as only a dishwasher? Determined to prove him wrong, he returned for another audition. And guess what? He was also rejected. But this time, he refused to leave. He negotiated, I'll do the janitor work for free if you let me stay and learn during my breaks. Seeing his determination, they accepted. And the saying goes, the rest is history. He became the popular and well-loved lead American actor in films such as Guess Who's Coming for Dinner, To Sir with Love, and many, many more. So what is it that liberated him from the racial barrier no other colored person could overcome? Sure, he had all the important ingredients for success, but there was one crucial, beneficial aspect that was outside of his control. As a child in an isolated, tiny island, he was never exposed to systemic oppression and racism. He was not constantly bombarded by the dehumanizing messages that would ingrain into his brain. Developmental psychologist Professor Alison Gopnik from UC Berkeley has shown that children from birth to the age of 5 have an incredible ability to learn and develop. How we program these brains will affect their future and our society in a drastic way. Proof? A study conducted by Nobel Prize winner Professor James Heckman of the University of Chicago found that providing disadvantaged children with quality support from birth to the age of 5, yes, just until the age of 5, and then set them free. When you look at these children as adults compared to other children without these interventions, these children developed higher IQ, higher earnings, better health, and more engaged with society. We can't all live on Cat Island, but we can all be fortune tellers. The type that will tell our kids, all kids regardless of race or skin color, that they are not inferior to other human beings, that they are all special and unique in their own way, that they will not only survive, but that they will walk among kings. So removing oppression and adding a little supportive encouragement may just be the recipe we need. Sidney Poitier, thank you for showing us how. I may not have known you before, but now I will never forget you. To Sir, with love, may you rest in peace.